Brooks, the statement reads, made a lasting impact on all of us. She was also a hero and was able to donate her heart and kidneys to save others. In a statement released last week, before the criminal charges were announced, LSU's Alpha Phi chapter wrote, "We are grieving the sudden and tragic loss of our sister, Madison Brooks, following the accident that took her life." In Louisiana, third-degree rape involves sexual intercourse that is deemed to be without the lawful consent of a victim, according to state law. Specifically, the 17-year-old, who has not been identified, and 18-year-old Kaven DeAndre Washington were charged with third-degree rape. Two others, Washington's uncle Everett Deont Lee, 28, and 18-year-old Kason Carver, were charged with being principals to third-degree rape. Brooks, a 19-year-old sophomore, died after she was struck by a car in East Baton Rouge Parish in Louisiana in the early morning hours of January 15. On Monday, investigators announced they had arrested 4 males, including a 17-year-old, after 2 of them allegedly raped and intoxicated Brooks, while the other 2 were present, before dropping her off shortly before she was struck. Slaying LSU student Madison Brooks died a hero, donated kidneys, heart, sorority says. Madison Brooks, 19, died after she was hit by a car on January 15, shortly after she was allegedly raped. Slain LSU student Madison Brooks died a hero by donating her kidneys and heart after she was struck by a car earlier this month, her local sorority chapter members said in honoring their fallen member. Visitation and funeral services will be held in Covington, Louisiana on Friday, February 3. A spokesperson for East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office told Fox News Digital the person who struck Brooks is not facing criminal charges, and added that the person was not impaired and contacted emergency personnel immediately. Documents related to the 4 arrests describe how the suspects and the victim had been drinking alcohol at a bar on Bob Pettit Boulevard called Reggie's, located roughly 1 mile from LSU campus. The 4 men left the bar with the victim, according to police records. Carver allegedly told police that Brooks asked for a ride home. He admitted that he agreed to give her the ride because he did not want to leave her while very intoxicated and the bar was closing. Carver drove the vehicle, while Lee sat in the front passenger seat, Carver told police. Washington and the minor suspect sat in the back seat with Brooks, according to the police documents. Carver told police that both Washington and the 17-year-old asked Brooks multiple times if she wanted to have sex, the affidavit states. He said she consented to Washington and the 17-year-old but added that he thought the victim was drunker and her speech was slurred, according to the affidavit. He told police that he and Lee were still in the vehicle at the time of the sex acts. The affidavit states, but that he felt uncomfortable and he hated it, the document adds. During the interview, the co-defendant, Carver, was asked if the victim was too impaired to consent to the sexual intercourse, and he replied, "I guess." The document continues. Police records show Brooks had a blood alcohol content of 0.319% at the time of her death. Attorney Ronald Haley, who is representing 2 of the suspects, said video showed Brooks willfully got into the car, according to Fox 8. "Absolutely not a rape," he said. "Listen, this is a tragedy, definitely not a crime." He acknowledged that Brooks appeared intoxicated, according to the report, to the point under the law that you say you're in a drunken stupor, to the point that you cannot lawfully give consent or answer questions. Absolutely that was not the case, he said. Haley further added that Brooks got out of the vehicle after an argument with the driver. She indicated she was getting an Uber, Haley said. "I want the public to know, these young men, or really the driver of the vehicle, and the young men that were in there did not put her off on the side of the road." Ernest Leger Jr., Commissioner for the Louisiana Office of Alcohol and Tobacco Control, told Fox News Digital on Tuesday Reggie's alcohol sales have been suspended as the agency continues to investigate and share evidence regarding recent incidents at this establishment. Due to the seriousness of the allegations and the potential threat to public safety, an emergency suspension will be issued today, Leger said. This action immediately suspends the service or sale of alcoholic beverages at this location. An emergency hearing will be held next month to determine what penalties, if any, should be imposed following a presentation of the evidence.